Yep.
All right, now let's talk about the traps, the trapezius muscles. Now, these muscles actually have quite a few different functions. A lot of people think of just doing shrugs. That's the upper traps. The mid traps actually bring the shoulder blades back together. So doing like a row where you're pinching your shoulder blades back will hit that kind of mid trap area where you kind of where the, if you look at the neck, like below the neck, kind of give you that muscularity there. And then the upper traps shrug the shoulders up. But they shrug their shoulders up kind of in this up and back position, not this forward position. When you move them forward, you hit other kind of muscles a little bit more, levator scapulae being one of them. Now, the traps are very important for shoulder stability. Having weak, tight traps is quite common, especially with people who work on computers all day long in this kind of forward position, because the CNS tells the traps to stabilize the shoulders because we've got really poor mobility and strength. So people are always complaining about tight neck muscles. Working the traps out properly, along with the other back muscles, will help alleviate a lot of these issues.
Which is counterintuitive,
yes.
Right? Because a lot of times when you're tight and in pain in that position, you think you just need to stretch it out and relax, and to be able to strengthen a lot of these imbalances and added points of stress. Really helps to kind of alleviate pain in general.
Totally.
So a point that you made that, again, another one of these things that took me a while to piece this together. I remember getting on a kick and wanting to build my traps. And what I ended up doing was all these variations of shrugs, neutral grip, behind the back shrugs, forward, super. I did all these like shrug stuff. To do it. I even did the reverse shrugs where you actually had the barbell above you and shrug. Like I did all kinds of crazy stuff with that. Never really focused on like my upper back where I target it with like rows with my elbows elevated so that. And you can really develop the traps by actually hitting them like that. And my traps got so much bigger and better from doing that. And I think that a lot of that had to do with I had already done all the shrugging stuff like crazy, and I had put zero emphasis on the back of the upper back and actually doing it like rows where you elevate your elbows. And I saw tremendous value in building the traps that way.
Do you have any favorite trap exercises for you guys?
Have you ever done the one where it's behind your back with barbell? Yeah, that was
Lee Haney. Lee Haney, love that one. That was his favorite. Lee Haney was a 6 or 7 time Mr. Olympia. That was his favorite.
You got to have good shoulder mobility and all that to pull it off.
You got to go light.
It's discretion, but yeah.
The reason why it works so well behind the back is because you have to keep your shoulders back in order to clear
I like
your
the
glutes,
posture of it.
right, when you're doing it.
So the untraditional stuff are the things that blew my mind. Like I had done all the shrugging things. Like I said, the high rows where I was, rowing with my elbows up in the air and like elevated. So I was targeting really high and snatches.
Oh God!
My traps blew up.
Yeah.
Hang cleans though, right?
Yes, they're the hang cleans. Excuse me.
Oh, you're talking about snatch grip hang clean?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's nasty.
Yeah,
and that just I did not see that coming at all. And in fact, I remember I pieced it together when I was doing the hang cleans, the presses for my shoulders. And my traps, just like my traps, shoulders, everything blew up from that exercise. And I loved it because in my space, when I was doing that with the bodybuilding community, nobody was doing that. Mm-hmm. It's such a power lifter, Olympic lifter type of move that none of the bodybuilders were training that way. And I saw huge development from doing that exercise.
Man, that's got to be my favorite is a snatch grip, high pulls or hang cleans or hang pulls. We got those in Map Strong. That's the first time I ever did them. Was Robert Oberst told us about them. I followed the program and I couldn't believe how much my traps responded. And I did lots of shrugs and stuff like that, but it was that snatch grip, high pull that really.
There's a lot of gems in that program for your traps and for your posterior chain in general.
Yes,
it's crazy.
And then of course, there's shrugs, but I also like doing shrugs on an incline on a really really high, almost straight back incline. So the incline is just slight, leaning forward on it. So my face is facing the seat and then shrugging. And the reason why I like that is because I'm just forward enough to where I can target.
I like that too, because what you're doing is you're almost incorporating a little bit of a row
exactly
in with the shrug. And that back to the point I was making about a lot of people don't tend to target the traps like that by trying to, and you get kind of both right there with the shrug and pulling back.
Yeah,
so
and what I really like about it is I get a full range of motion. I'll let my shoulders really drop so I could feel that full range of motion. This is the biggest mistake people make with shrugs, by the way, is using too much weight in a short range of motion, because you can load the hell out of shrugs and look cool in the gym. Look, I'm grabbing the 150s or whatever and kind of do this like chicken head movement or whatever.
Yeah.
Go lighter, focus on all the way up, squeeze real hard, all the way down, let them stretch a little bit. Do that with lighter weight, watch what happens. Makes a huge difference.